.4 The author visit. An author came into school yesterday. It was really interesting. I liked it when some people read out loud from their daily status entries. I read out everything about Bletchley Park. The author thought it was really interesting and asked me how I knew it all. And when I said about Granny Roxy, she was even more interested and wanted to know all about her. Everyone was silent while I was talking. Croppo had written about someone in a motorbike accident. It was quite sad. Berry had written something about a boy shoplifting. The author asked her if it was true, and she said yes, but personally, I think she made it up. After the daily status reading in the classroom, the whole school had to go into the hall for a kind of assembly with the author. She asked if anyone wanted to volunteer to come up to the front. I shot my hand up, then looked around, expecting to see loads of hands. Mine was the only one, and I wondered if I'd missed something. It wouldn't be surprising. I hadn't been listening properly. My head was full of Berry's story. I decided to tell her the truth about what happened at Debenham straight after assembly. I wasn't worried about being chosen as a volunteer. I guess the author wanted me to do something about imagination, or words. She already knew I was good at being imaginative, but she didn't know I was extra good at words since I'd known Roxy. So I went to the front and she said, "Remind me of your name?" I said, "Jo." She said, "Well, Jo, which dance are you going to show us?" I thought I was going to fall over with shock. This was terrible. I couldn't dance. I should have listened properly, then I'd never have been in this mess. Lots of people sniggered. The teachers looked alarmed. I was about to mumble something about changing my mind when I caught sight of Berry and saw the look she was giving me. She was sitting up straight and leaning forwards, and she was wearing her magnet eyes of steel. They were flashing a message at me just like before. The message said, "Go on, you can do this." And then she blinked and the message was stronger. This time I was going to be honest with myself and do it for Berry because I wanted to. Before I knew it, I'd said, "Irish." I looked down and concentrated until I got a picture in my head of Riverdance. It felt like I could hear the music and everything. Then I looked back up again and kind of sprang into the air. I kept my arms rigid by my side, just like the Riverdance people did, and I tapped my shoes hard and fast and picked my knees up high and really felt like I actually was one of those people on the stage. If there'd been real music, I could have done it even better. I forgot completely where I was and just carried on for about 10 minutes. Well, it was probably only 1 minute, but it felt like a long time. Then I stopped. That was when I realised I was in the school hall, not on a stage in the lead role of a hit show. I closed my eyes, kind of hoping that when I opened them again, I'd find it was all a dream. But then it hit me that everyone was clapping. And Berry was standing up, clapping over her head and nodding so you could hardly tell, and giving me her best look. There was no steel in her eyes this time, only a sparkle look. Then the teachers stood up too, and so did every single person in the whole hall, including Croppo. And the clapping got louder with whistling and cheering, and the author had to really shout so I could hear her above the noise. "That was the most brilliant thing I've ever experienced on a school visit, Jo. You're an inspiration, and I shall definitely be writing about you on my website." And as I went back to my place, lots of people patted me on the back. Croppo looked like he'd swallowed a fly. I looked across at Berry. She still had her sparkle eyes, and I kind of knew I'd never again see that steely look, or the maggot look, or the poo on the shoe look. I'd passed the Berry test. It was the best feeling in the world.